Last year, Toyota announced the new, refreshed Toyota Tacoma, which was not a surprise to anyone following Toyota closely because the years prior, Toyota had already been updating their somewhat outdated lineup, with the Sequoia and the Tundra getting updates in 2021 and 2022, followed by the Tacoma in 2023 for a 2024 release, and the Foreigner this year for a 2025 release. And while this new refreshed Toyota lineup has overall been very well received, with the exception of their new extraordinarily high price tag, which hasn't been that well received, because the truth is Toyotas have gotten extremely expensive. For example, the Tacoma, starting at $31,500, which is a $4,000 price increase from the starting price of the prior generation, going all the way up to $66,000 for the TRD Pro, which is a mind-boggling $19,000 more expensive than the previous generation. So an anywhere between $4,000 and $19,000 price increase between the 2023 and 2024 Toyota Tacomas, depending on which model you go with. And so as I mentioned, the price tag is something that Toyota has, I will admit rightfully so, been getting quite a lot of flack for. But in this video, I actually don't want to dive into the extremely high price tag of the newest generations of Toyota. Instead, I want to dig into a question that I wonder if other people are thinking and asking themselves, and that is, where the hell is the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and Trailhunter? This is a question that I have literally been wondering for months, and the only reason why I haven't made a video about this sooner is because if you look online for an answer to this question, there very literally is nothing about it, except for some speculation found on some forums. The Trailhunter and TRD Pro are the top of the line Tacomas. The TRD Pro has long been Toyota's off-road, ultra-capable, and more limited version of their cars, oftentimes coming with a special edition color and some unique model features. It's also the most expensive by quite a bit, while the Trailhunter is a brand new model that was just released with this new refreshed lineup, and it's the Toyota Tacoma's Overland model. But as we sit here today in October of 2024, both of these models are almost completely MIA. The 2024 Toyota Tacoma was announced on May 19th, 2023. The Toyota Land Cruiser, another refresh model from Toyota, was announced on August 2nd, 2023, so about 2.5 months later. The Land Cruiser as of today has been released and deliveries are taking place. In fact, if you go onto cars.com, there are over 1,500 2024 Toyota Land Cruisers available for sale. I'd also like to note that there are quite a few of these Land Cruisers that are going for below MSRP, and so despite what your local Toyota dealership is probably telling you, no, Toyota Land Cruisers are not selling like hotcakes, and you should not pay above MSRP even for these cars, ever. But I digress. The Land Cruiser, a car that was announced 2.5 months after the Toyota Tacoma, is currently on sale today, and there are over 1,500 units available to buy. And while the new 2024 Tacoma does have about 10,000 units available to buy on cars.com, when you filter out the TRD Pro, there are literally no 2024 models available to buy. And when you filter out the Trailhunter, there is one. But something tells me that this is actually not one that a dealership has in hand, and it's instead a pre-order. When you begin to build a TRD Pro or a Trailhunter on Toyota's website and then begin to look for inventory, nothing comes up either. And when you search where the TRD Pro and the Trailhunter is online, well, nobody really seems to be talking about how these models are just kind of missing and extremely delayed. And while admittedly I did find a handful of websites and forum threads from earlier this year saying that the TRD Pro and the Trailhunter should be produced in late spring, early summer for a fall release, but here we are in October and there hasn't really been any updates, and I haven't heard anything from Toyota themselves either, because yet we're here in Q4, and not only have we not seen the TRD Pro or the Trailhunter in the flesh, while I've seen dozens of Land Cruisers, but I've also never been able to find these vehicles for sale either. And what makes matters worse is that according to Manheim and Cox Automotive's most recent report from last month regarding dealership inventory, about 25% of all dealership inventory currently is 2025 models, and the Tacoma TRD Pro and Trailhunter are 2024 models, or at least they're supposed to be. But as I mentioned a moment ago, no one really is talking about these missing models online, and so I decided to enlist the help of my husband to get him to call a variety of Toyota dealerships throughout the country to ask what the deal is and when we can expect to see these models.
Call him to see if you guys had any of the TRD Pro or Trailhunter TRD Tacomas.
Just on the current, we've got any in our current allocation. Should see a new allocation here any day now, but don't see any in our current allocation, so may have some that are coming in the next allocation.
So you guys expect them to be coming in the next couple of weeks, or when do you expect them to start hitting floors?
Well, we haven't heard specifically, but TRD Pro,
No, I have the off-road and the sport.
Okay. When do you guys think you're going to start getting in some of the Trail Hunters and TRD Pros?
So we should get allocation next month.
I am not sure off the top of my head. If we do, are you able to come in and check one out?
No, I'm actually calling out of state currently and just looking to see if anyone had any.
I think I do have the Charlie Pro stuff. This guy just landed this morning. Do you want to stop by? Because it sells very fast.
I'm actually calling from out of state, and is there a way that you could send me some information on that one?
Let me go to work for you. I'm going to send you like the dispatch of the vehicle. What's your email?
And so as you can see from these discussions with these dealerships, there is conversations going on about allocations. And so a dealership getting an allocation that they can then sell to a customer where a customer can custom order their Trail Hunter or TRD Pro. But none of these dealerships we called, nor any of the ones that I reached out to directly, have any word of actually having a TRD Pro in stock. In fact, even the dealership that on camera told us that they had one, after further investigation, they did not. And theirs was also just an allocation, despite the fact that they repeatedly said that they had one at their lot, which just wasn't true. And again, I want to emphasize the statistic that I mentioned earlier, which is that as of September, about 25% of all dealership inventory was 2025 models. And this number has no doubt gone up since then. And so we have to ask the question of if there are 2025 model vehicles that are currently being delivered to dealership lots, why is it that the 2024 Tacoma TRD Pro and Trail Hunter haven't been delivered yet? And why is the discussion of them being delivered at the very end of 2024 really even an acceptable one? Because I know that if I was a Toyota Tacoma customer, I would be extremely disappointed. In fact, as somebody who is planning on buying a brand new Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro next year, this is definitely giving me second thoughts on whether the timing of that purchase will make sense. Because at the current pace that things are going, that car may not be released until next year either, despite the fact that it's a 2025 model. This is very much not a good look for Toyota, especially considering the Trail Hunter is Toyota's new hot model, and both of these models come at an extremely high premium price. And it seems as though nobody really is holding Toyota accountable with this, and nobody really is talking about the fact that it seems as though these two models are extremely delayed. Now, with my luck, this vehicle is going to get edited and released, and then within a few days of that happening, the TRD Pro and the Trail Hunters will begin to be delivered. That may be delayed because of the port issues. But truthfully, even if these models got delivered on dealership lots tomorrow, it would still make me ask the question of why are dealerships getting away with this? It has been a long-standing practice to release new vehicles in the fall for the next model year. For example, we are in the fall of 2024, and dealerships and automakers are releasing the 2025 model year. And I just think it is totally unacceptable for in the fall of 2024 for Toyota to finally be releasing a 2024 model. This truthfully should have been released last year. And I find this extremely frustrating and just one of the many things that changed in a negative way post-COVID. And so the question is, where is the Tacoma TRD Pro and Trail Hunter? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But like always, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it, so make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.